all the way into Senegal. And you're tuning into the Black House Fire Radio. And you're listening to Yes, Massive Wagwan. I'm Jerome, Jamaican brother there. Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby. From Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. And you're on the
You like me, you're Mr. Wine, Calypso, me like it. Second bam 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 bam. Never make a shot at. If behave next to some chaka. You need remember like you need dan 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 dan. Yeah. I'll break your heart and I'll do it again. So I went on a date with this mama. All this pressure I had to discover, but when I got there, natural woman, you see being jealous of my best stomach. Coming in, bam 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 bam. Kauzimia kwa club ni mjinga ashaira shati vile ndio nakufa jamani wanakuja ishipata kwa ndio kampeleka kijani bam 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 misbehave nice za zamjaka wewe tusume ulimi sai kujuma ulimi I don't want to bite my tongue singing. Yes, karibuni sana family to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby. In case this is your first time right here, karibuni sana to the last show of the week. And of course, welcome to where today we shall be talking, or rather discussing about Senegal. But I want to give a quick shout out to everyone with me on TikTok before I get to introduce the whole topic, or rather what we shall be talking about today. I have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot going on in Africa, and I can't wait to just have this amazing discussion. To everyone with me on Facebook, to everyone with me also on YouTube, everyone with me on the radio station, on Rumble, on the show page live. Shout out to you, Pirawan. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. I really appreciate you right there on TikTok. And of course, karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show. And remember, if this is your first time right here, or for those who are here for the first time, the way you can literally be able to find us, rather join us officially, is by downloading our app. Shout out to Stan, a very good friend of mine. I hope umepata app. For those who are asking for the app, those who are actually asking me today, a couple of friends, about the app. I hope you guys are tuned in, and you can also switch it over to the YouTube channel that is under Black Hot Fire Network. And of course, you can also give your compliments, rather sentiments regarding what we shall be discussing and debating about today. But karibuni sana, today we shall be having an amazing discussion, and our main topic is taking us to Senegal, where we have the new elected president. I still call him elected personally. Selected president, selected president. We don't know if it is by the people or by the same system, but news coming in today is quite positive coming from him. And during the week, rather last week, we saw that was the Niger's junta. The Niger's junta came out and did request the Senegal new selected president to come and join, that is the Sahel group. And we're waiting for the response. Personally, I'm really looking forward to this response of what is going to be coming from him. Is he going to be doing it, or is he going to be literally going along with ECOWAS, the system which, part of the inauguration, the people who attended, it was Bola Tinubu, who is actually this chairman of ECOWAS, and we're waiting to see what literally Diomaye Faye is going to be answering. But today we can see that news coming in that he has looked forward, or rather is going to be auditing oil and gas in his country, and that is quite some positive news. And we can see literally, rather from this, we know that definitely the Western countries are very threatened. That is in the people like Emmanuel Macron and so many others who are actually are in partnership with the African countries. But along also our discussion for today, we shall also be talking about what is happening in Sierra Leone, where they have declared a drug abuse a national emergency that it quite comes as a threat when you see actually because you'll see majority of the people affected here, it is just literally Africans, majority, literally. The percentage you're talking about here is the African people. And we're also going to be talking about what is happening in also Nigeria, where you can see that people have been arrested, and we shall be discussing under that what is really happening. And that is under actually the film industry. And I've seen this also happening in Kenya quite a lot of times, where people are charged a lot. There's no freedom of literally you filming there's places where you need to pay to film, but just openly when we're talking about corruption. We should also be talking about a Zambian who has been killed by an 80-year-old elephant. And we remember the other day we're talking about Botswana, which is also among our topic, where we see that actually there is a response of them transporting the 20,000 that is elephants that they were supposed to be taken to Germany. And we shall be checking into why they feel threatened. I did discuss about this. I did discuss also about where, since the Europeans came into the country, rather the white people, that is when animals started they started threatening humanity. It was very okay back then if you check in our history, we used to relate with animals, we used to be cool. But since the white people came in, I still stick with that, it came with a lot of effect. We should also be talking about Macron, that is the president of the French president of France. He has actually come forward to talk about also the role in DRC Congo and also the Rwanda genocide. So that is our top discussion for today. And also I'll be sharing a video coming from also someone like shall be sharing a video coming from Professor Lumumba. Pardon me if I'm really slugging. I have so many tabs open and I have a lot to discuss. So I'm trying to see where am I correctly. So we shall be talking about Professor Lumumba, Nigeria, Botswana, and so much what is coming. So karibuni sana to everyone who's just tuning in. A quick shout out to Henry in the building, Big Boy in the building. Shout out to you, Peter One, also in the building, and to everyone with me on YouTube and also on Facebook. Karibuni sana. Hope you guys get to enjoy today's discussion. I began with an amazing jam that was Boutros with Misbehavior featuring Savara, and I hope you guys did get to enjoy that. This one is Bobby, and I hope you guys get to enjoy this. The name of the jam is called Slow Down. It is on a Friday, and I hope your week has been fantastic.
I saw you walking down the Melrose. You look like an angel straight out of heaven, girl. I was blown away by your sexiness. All I have to do is catch up to you. Slow down.
Shout out to Evelyn in the building.
Wanna get to know you, but don't turn around, 'cause the pretty round thing was good to me. Slow down, never seen anything so lovely. Now turn around and bless me with your beauty. Would you be a butterfly tattoo right above your navel? Your belly button's pierced too, just like I like it, girl. Come take a walk with me. You'll be impressed by the game that I keep you. It's so thorough and real. The flowers will be in the summer. You ready to be watered by this conversation? If you're ready, I'm in awe 'cause you shine like the sun. Let me be the one to enjoy you. Let's keep it, girl.
Slow down.
I just wanna get to know you. Don't turn around, 'cause that pretty round thing looks good to me. Slow down.
Yes, my quote of today says, happiness is not having to set the alarm for the next morning. Happy Saturday. If you know, you know. I'm so excited personally about the weekend. The week has been amazing. I don't know about yours, but mine has been fantastic. Looking forward to see what the weekend literally has in store for me. Yes, but of course, karibuni sana once again to everyone who's just tuning in on Facebook, on YouTube, on the radio station, on Rumble, on the show page, and also to everyone with me live on TikTok. Karibuni sana. I hope you guys can get me live and clear. And karibuni sana to yet another beautiful conversation. And of course, as we get straight to the matters of the day, I want to start, of course, with what is happening that is in Botswana, which has been our major conversation actually, that is this week. And we want to see also what is happening also in Congo, because this actually is a conversation we're having with Keith. And Keith was in defense of this lady that is the newly elected prime minister of Rwanda, who is a female, and he was kind of defending her. But right now we can see that the women rights activists have actually reacted towards her appointment. But we shall be getting back to that. We shall be starting, of course, with what is happening in Botswana, where we can see actually there's a question posed on why Botswana feels threatened by them, maintaining their elephants in the country. And personally, I say that when it comes to Africa, it's just that we have poor leadership, we have poor working system, which has failed to literally make things work in line. And we've seen also how the Europeans do benefit a lot in poaching of animals. So even if they're being taken there, it's not for a good purpose, it's not they're going to be taken care of, it's always for another purpose. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. We've seen what scientists are capable of and what scientists come up with, because that is the name they're given. But of course, let me share this very quickly to see what is happening.
Botswana is for the second time this year in the news over its elephants. On Wednesday, the Southern African nation's president, Mogwetsi Masisi, said his country will send 20,000 elephants to Germany.
Why Germany though? Why not Kenya? Why not Uganda? Why not Tanzania? Why not Zambia? Why not Zimbabwe? Why can't we help each other then as a continent, make this possible if it is being impossible? Why can't you seek help from maybe Burkina Faso, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Niger? I bet they can help you. Have you tried probably maybe having an organization which is called the AU that is working? Then from there, you can literally be able to transport or make things work. Because Germany, why German? That is a question that Africans should actually be questioning we ourselves. It is very expensive, and I think we've discussed this, and we can pull up a few videos to see on that, or maybe articles to see on that. It is very expensive for Africans themselves in the country to even go to this, animal orphanage, for just go see wild animals. It is very expensive, but we're offering them to our white people for free. At what cost does it come with? Because I didn't see anywhere where Botswana is going to be paid any amount of money to transport these animals to German. Not even a goddamn cent. I didn't see anywhere any cent that is going to be provided for them transporting animals. So why can't Africans not trade or work together? I don't know if really we are connecting the dots, especially with the young people, but I hope so.
It comes as Germany, alongside the British government, raised the possibility of preventing safari hunters from importing trophies from their kills. In March, the Southern African nation warned it would fill one of London's parks with 10,000 of the animals after the British government mulled its plan. Maputo insists that conservation campaigns have resulted in a boom in the elephant population, and hunting remains a vital means of controlling numbers. Botswana is home to the world's largest elephant population.
No, it's not. We just discussed this the other day, like we said, Africa, the whole continent was full of animals. Literally, we saw with the video that I was sharing, that was on Wednesday, that we used to have millions of elephants. But right now we're talking about small numbers. And this is because the white people came and killed, and they still do kill majority of our animals. The question is, what is it really they do with the wild animals? Because I remember there's a time actually Kenya, let me see which country. Kenya, there's a time it did end a deal with, I think, if I'm not sure, Australia. I'm not sure if it's Australia or Canada, on them exporting monkeys. For what purpose? That is the number one question. Anyone maybe on the chat can let me know. For what purpose do these people literally take wild animals from Africa to their country. I've seen recently, we remember us discussing about the donkeys being killed right here in Kenya, and the numbers, the cases have really increased. And do mind you that donkeys right here in Kenya are used, and literally in Africa, not just Kenya, they're used for working purposes. And the majority in the city right here, like where we are, in the area where we are, majority of the times they're used to transport water to places where people don't have access of water, so that people won't have to walk long distances going to seek water, or even business places. But the cases of donkeys being killed in Kenya really increased. That was actually, I think, the beginning of this year. We were discussing this. That was early January. The cases had really increased. And the African Union, the fake organization, that question was posed to them. What are they going to do to tackle this situation? Because actually the donkeys are benefiting the Chinese people, which they have a mythical belief that this actually helps them in not aging. That is what I remember. It helps them from not aging, which is literally the dumbest mythical belief I've ever had. But for other animals, we've seen monkeys being taken from Kenya. Let me see if I can find that article right now. Monkeys being taken from Kenya. We've had our, lions, lionesses. We've had so many animals being exported out of the African continent. But for what purpose? That is the question. Let me see. With which country did Kenya end a deal of exporting monkeys? So let me see. That was in 2022. Mauritania. That was in Mauritania. Yep. So let me read this. That was in Mauritania. That was in 2022, early January. Excuse me. Where we had, they say that the Kenya Airways has announced it will, 2022, early January, where Kenya did announce that it will not renew its contract with Mauritania breeding farm to transport monkeys from the Indian Ocean island to the United States to be used in laboratory experiments. That is what we discovered from there. So for monkeys, they were being used for laboratory experiments, But what about the elephants? What about other animals that are also being taken away from Africa? For what purposes? Is this where we get this? Are they trying to inject us with their genes? Just a question, Are they trying to animal genetic us? Could they be using them in maybe VACCINE's purposes? I mean, for what purpose? And anyone on the chat can let me know. For those who are here, feel free to let me know if in case you do understand what is happening. But aside from that, on this other end, we can see that an elephant which has killed an 80-year-old, I did say actually an 80-year-old elephant earlier, but an elephant has killed an 80-year-old US tourist, that in Zambia. And yesterday, if you guys did pay keen attention to my conversation, I said it is only until a foreigner is attacked, and that is when African countries or an African country is going to take serious measures on how they can take care of wild animals. Until, if you guys did remember, I said that yesterday or the other day, or that was on Wednesday, either yesterday or the other day. But that is true. And until this has happened, that is in Zambia, until also it happens in Kenya, because we've been seeing hyenas walking around. People are complaining. Women are being killed by hyenas every morning when they're going to work. And that is because our own wild, the people who have been kept in charge of these organizations and these places are not really doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's always until a white man. So an 80-year-old US woman has been killed by an aggressive elephant after it's charged at a vehicle during safari driver in Zambia. And the attack occurred, just give me a minute. Okay. So yeah, an 80-year-old US woman has been killed by an aggressive elephant after it charged at a vehicle during safari drive in Zambia. And the attack occurred on Saturday at Kafue National Park in the west of the country. In a video circulating online, a large elephant could be seen flipping the car, carrying six people over several times. And Keith Vincent, a CEO of the Safari Group, said that the vehicle was blocked by the terrain. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Terrain, and could not move out. And the 80-year-old woman, who has not been named, died on her injuries. Officials said her remains will be repatriated to the US in the coming days. For other guests, sustained minor injuries and receiving trauma counseling. The audacity. Trauma counseling. These people are receiving trauma counseling. Hello to you too. Thank you so much for following the host and live creator. Hope you're doing amazing. It is always until a white man is attacked, and that is when we get to see, trauma counseling. But we've not seen our very own Kenyans or fellow Africans, when they're being eaten by hyenas or attacked by hyenas, being given trauma counseling. Oh my God. It's the love for the white people for me. It is just the love for the white people for me. It is crazy. For other guests sustained minor injuries and are receiving trauma counseling. One woman was taken to a hospital in South Africa for treatment, and the police and the Department of National Parks and Wildlife are investigating the incident. This is a tragic, and we extend our deepest condolences to the family of the guest who died. That is what the CEO of the park, what we were saying, the CEO of the Safari Group, what he was saying, and that they're saying that the Zambia's neighbors, Zimbabwe and Botswana, have raised concerns about increasing elephant population in their respective countries. Zimbabwe has recorded deadly elephant attacks in recent years, even in Kenya, not just Zimbabwe, not just Botswana, not just Zambia. It's been happening. Shout out to you, Short Baba. I don't know what you're saying. Selewi. I don't know what you're saying. But it's not just in Zambia. It's not just Botswana. It's not just in Zambia. It's been happening in the whole continent of Africa. But personally, I still go back to what I said on Wednesday. Africa, things are meant to work. But because we have the people who are pocketing money for their family to just create improve their own homelands where they come from or where they've been born and raised, not the whole nation. When we see people like who was this saying this? When you see people like there's someone who said something. There's one of the puppets who said public service. That was Museveni. When you see people like Museveni, saying, you need to collect your data and give true data of the census when the day arrives, when you're supposed to be counted, so that when it comes to public service, you'll not be left out. This does not happen. This is what public service, when you collect my data, what should be actually be taken care of. But because of the selfishness, again, that we're talking about, it is crazy. But that is what is coming from, of course, what is happening in Botswana. Of course, the concern has been raised about why is Botswana threatening to send elephants to Europe? And they're saying in March, Botswana wildlife minister threatened to send 10,000 elephants to Hyde Park in London. So UK could have taste of living alongside them. God damn. It came as the British government raised the possibility of preventing the UK safari hunters from importing trophies from their kills, and Germany has now voiced a similar possibility, prompting that backlash from the African nation. Botswana says that Botswana says a ban on importing hunting trophies would be an economic blow on the citizens by cutting safari revenue. In addition, conservation campaigns have resulted in a boom in the elephant population, and hunting hunting is vital means of controlling numbers. And it's just crazy. Personally, I feel like this is all just excuse. We are capable of doing so much as a continent if only we work together. And which my question is, why won't we transport these animals to other African countries? Because not every African country, as much as we do have, we are blessed in plenty. I don't believe we're blessed equally. I'm just saying. I don't know. There are other countries where you'll find other things like, waterfalls. There are countries which do not have waterfalls. There are countries which you're going to find, oceans. There are countries which have rivers. So there are countries which have less. There are countries which have more. So I do believe if African countries, if the AU was working together, or if it was an organization that was working, that is what they should be doing. But moving on to the next discussion is about the South Africa Parliament speaker. That is the Speaker of the Parliament. Yesterday we did discuss about her taking herself to the police officers, and that is after she accepted of deeds, of corruption and everything, and that is after her receiving some funds and a wig, in the name of bribe. And I did say it's something amazing to see, especially her accepting her mistakes. But are we going to see her facing the consequences, maybe ending up in prison to face the consequences of her deeds? Is it going to happen? And I did actually prophesy, and my prophecy came true, that she's going to be bailed out. Of course, it is all about power again, fake power, let me call it, because Africans, the leaders, don't have power, but amongst themselves, and when it comes to Africans, they do. But she has been bailed out, of course, and they're saying that the former South African Speaker of Parliament was arrested. That was yesterday over an allegation that she received about $135,000 in bribes, and in the latest corruption scandal, to face the governing African Nation Congress Party. Nosiwe Mapasi turned herself into the police in the capital, Pretoria. That was yesterday, and was taken with the country. Was taken to Pretoria Magistrate Court, where she was released on a bail of 50,000 rands. That is $2,600 in bail. And Mapisa maintained innocence and suggested that she maintained her innocence. Okay. Why did she turn herself to the police then? It's all a game. Mapisa maintained her innocence and suggested that charges against her were politically motivated, with the country set to hold national elections later this year. And the developments follow weeks of controversy over allegations that Mapisa received 11 cash payments from a defense contractor when she was Minister of Defense between 2016 and 2019. Joburg's home was raided by the law enforcement officials, and she was informed that the state intended to charge her with 12 counts of corruption and money laundering. Well, it is crazy. Of course, I knew this is going to happen. Personally, I'm not shocked. I did speak about it, and it's another day in Africa again. But personally, I do hate using that term. I do not like, I did say that yesterday, I don't like when I see Africans always saying that it is another day in Africa, where we need to normalize corruption, we need to normalize theft, we need to normalize all that we keep on experiencing every single day. We need to start living by not hope, because we've been living by hope for so long. We need things being done correctly. We need actions. We need justice for the people, because we do deserve it. Shout out to you, Nancy. Thank you so much for following the whole. Shout out to Wudu Nyarseme. Karibu sana, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Karibu sana to today's conversation. But moving forward, that is what is happening. That is in South Africa. I also talk about the Prime Minister that has been selected recently by Tshisekedi, that is in DRC Congo. And shout out to Keith, if you are in the building and you are listening. This is for you. because you did actually defend this woman. But why do we see the women rights activists reacting towards an appointment? So they're saying that the women rights activists in the Democratic Republic of Congo have congratulated President Felix Tshisekedi for appointing Judith as the first female prime minister in the country. They hailed the move as a big step towards gender equality, are looking forward to improvement in the country's security and social condition. President Felix Tshisekedi appointed Judith Sumiwa as the country prime minister. Took many Congolese by surprise, of course, because number one. But the question is, like I posed, is she going to be doing our work? Because yes, they are reacting in a good way. But is she going to be doing what is expected of her? Are they going to be working? And understand when you talk about, because politically we understand that Tshisekedi has no power. Congo is literally beyond Tshisekedi. Congo's situation is beyond these politicians at this point, and it is very well understood. It's very deep rooted when it comes to funds. Number one, power. Number two, actually number one, power. Then secondly, yeah, power number one. That is what actually is. Then what I said, secondly, beyond Skedi. It's literally beyond Africa itself. But I believe, again, it's not beyond Africa itself if you are working together. Because majority of the countries cannot even raise themselves. We know all of us, we literally have no power. We are being ruled, we're being dictated to, we're being told what to do. So I still personally still question our position right here. It's good to see women actually being appointed and given chances in leadership. But for what purpose? That is just the question. They're also saying that the Central African nation has never had a female prime minister since it gained independence from Belgium in 1960. That is on purpose in the whole continent of Africa. And we know we've been seeing in Kenya women being actually fought against, if that is the right term to use, by the male dominance in the politics. They are always literally looking forward to how these women can drop from their position so that they can take over. In a county we call Meru right in Kenya, it has been happening for so many times, where this woman has been so many times being taken down, false allegations pinned upon her, just because they don't want to see women in power. It's something good to see. Personally, I do agree. But at the same time, I do question, for what? This is just a name with no action. This is just another puppet power installed with no actions that are going to be done to the people, especially of Rwanda. Because if you talk about especially the women activists, where have they been, or what have they been doing when it comes to the women being raped in DRC Congo? Like, again, I'll pause, it is beyond Congo. So if you come against me, or if you're trying to see me double talk about it, I'm still, I understand what I'm talking about. It is crazy, but shout out to her. Congratulations again. We're going to be looking forward to what she's going to be bringing to the country. What is she going to be doing to the people? What value is she going to be adding to Congo? Because so far we see with Skedi, there's no value added to the country. But to the next conversation, of course, is about Nigeria, where we can see that violence is still on. And Nigeria is another country where we'll never, ever lack drama every single day. Every single day. If there's a country that will not lack a mention on media every single day, is Nigeria. But we have filmmakers in the North Nigeria, in Kannywood movie industry, who have been told that they risk a jail term if they portray violence in their work, or have scenes with cross-dressers in them. And Kano State Censorship and Unit says it wants to protect society as films play a huge role in shaping behavior. Come on, the same people who are talking about come on, the same people who are talking about protecting society and playing a huge role in shaping behavior of a society, they're the same people who have actually been the number one promoters of bleaching creams in Africa. Okay? The same people who are talking about shaping behaviors of or taking care of what they produce, they're the same people who actually promote witchcraft. And that is why the African science has been so misunderstood, because of what we've been fed by Nollywood, which is financed by France. I didn't know about that till recently. The same people talking about shaping behavior of the continent because it plays a huge role. They're the same people promoting poverty of this, African girl who comes from a poor place. They have to be married by a prince and all that. And that is how it has stuck. That is what we view today as a continent of Africa. And that is why Nigerians, you see them even themselves practicing this fake witchcraft to the point where they're killing each other. So don't talk about shaping behavior here.
That's not the sign of Jobin. Not the sign. No, you got that. You got that a little bit wrong. This is how divided Nigeria is as a country. Okay, the bleaching cream is done by Nollywood. Those are the Nigerians in the South. Okay, that's not Hollywood and Connellwood is completely different. See, they're so separated, Joey. They got their own little Hollywoods. Yes.
Wait.
Connellwood, you just said that's in the northern part of the country. Those are mostly your houses and your Fulanis. The Nollywoods are mostly your Igbo and Yoruba. The Yoruba people down there. So it's completely different. They don't even want to look at each other's movies. They're so divided, Joey. They got it.
No.
Yeah.
Can be this bad.
Yeah, remember one's Nollywood. You just talked about Keanu Wood. That's completely different.
Oh
yes.
God. Okay, on that, but it can be this bad. I've not literally noted that as a point. Kanye Wood movie in that. God damn.
Yeah, you know that kind of, you know the other one's you know the other one's called Nollywood. That one's called Connellwood. It's like having Nairobi Wood and Mombasa Wood.
Oh my goodness. So I think we have a Nigerian brother today on Iwaton's show. So I think that is something I'd really love that question. You should post that question because you should appear on the chat, or maybe
you asked the question. I already know. You asked the question.
Wait, eat fufu, eat each other's food, oh my God.
It depends on what part of Nigeria is from. I don't know what part he's from, Joe.
Now, I think when you talk about actually revolution, this is one country that I think it's going to be so hard to deal with. This is gonna be, oh my God. This is so
that's why the British put it together. It's mixed match. It's not, as a country, it's not. It's not really a country, Joe. It's a hodgepodge of tribal beefs. You got tribes in the country that can't stand each other. So that the British put together because they easy rules called divide and conquer. It was easy, so I'm gonna divide them so I can conquer them. Easy rules. So you got those are Nigerian back in the day was a group of warring kingdoms. How do you make a bunch of warring kingdoms one country?
Actually, I noted this again. They say Kano State Censorship Unit. So when you're doing census, you want to tell me you guys consider yourselves also? Come on, Africa. Come on. No, Nigeria, it can't be this. Unless I'm the one maybe understand it different. Kano State Censorship Unit says it wants to protect society as film plays a huge role in shaping behavior.
That's why they said Kano State. They didn't say Nollywood State. Nollywood, people that look at Nollywood now look at that Kano shit.
Man, when you talk about tribalism in Africa, I think this is something I'm noting and I'm learning right now. In Africa, it's not really that deep like Nigeria, my friend. No, it's not that deep. Kenya, we do have tribalism, but no, it's not really this deep.
I told you Nigeria's 10 times worse.
Oh my God.
I told you, it's easier for Burna Boy and Wizkid to do a concert in Nairobi than it is for them to do a concert in Kano State.
Yep. That makes a very big sense. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is hatred at a very big level. That at a very, very big level. And that is just a blame to all the presidents because the same people, recently they were talking about how they were to do what? They were to make tribal languages part of their education system. And they're like,
And
what are you
they make it
talking
even worse.
about?
Now they make that, and now they're gonna make it even worse. Make it even worse. And
This is crazy.
and I bet the Europeans behind that because Nigeria's so big of a country, so big of a population, they can't have that country ever unite. Nigeria's a danger to white power, to Asian power. They got to keep it all goopy and backward. And now I'm going to introduce all these ethnic class. I don't know, how you going to have 30,000 languages in one country? That doesn't make any sense. Who would even say some craziness like that?
It is insane, man. It is.
Yeah, somebody think why you never see pull up ask dude when's the last time Burna Boy and WizKid was in Kano State? Ask that question. Never. Either go to Nigeria, you got to talk about you need Kenyan music, shit. They don't go to Kano State to do those concerts. Easy for them to come to Nairobi and get their bread. Shit.
They're not even. Google has nothing like that. Google has even nothing close to what.
Nothing. I know because they don't go up there, Jovi.
Oh my God, this is crazy, man. Man, Nigerians, you need to do better, my brothers. You need to do better. I really mean it. This is crazy. This is so crazy. But how you consider yourself different, man? We need to deal with that tribalism nonsense. 256 is too much. It's just too much, you know.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deep in Nigeria. You can't.
You ask yourself why you're being skinny. It's just because you don't want to eat fufu because you're from, you know. Come on. You need some fufu in your body. Come, add some meat. You know, stop eating the bush meat.
They're tribal. Some tribes say we don't want. That's the other tribe's food. Fufu's up. At least in Kenya, every tribe can eat ugali. They might make it a little different, but at least they eat the shit. In Nigeria, no. We are Fulani. We don't eat fufu.
What's funny, when it comes to the effect of the white man, it doesn't affect you as an Igbo, it affects all of you, you know, whether you're from Nollywood or Kanu, they don't care. It affects all of them. Okay? And that is just the truth, because you're an African, you know. When the white man really wants your mind, you know, all snatched, it affects all of you because they know you're not different. They just know that, you know, you have tribalism between you guys. You know, you play the role of tribalism so much.
Yeah, but they don't want to put it. Europeans were the ones, the British were the ones who put it like that in Nigeria. They make sure Nigeria is very, very wealthy, like Kenya is very, very wealthy. But Nigeria is very, very wealthy. So I must keep it divided. Must keep these Negroes fighting and arguing and not ever come together on tribal lines. It works better for me. You rather work with the white man than work with me, and that's why Nigeria was set up. The other tribes would prefer to work with white people who was ripping them off and cheating them and killing them than work with the other black people. That's how crazy. Nigeria's going to be the way to free Africa. Motherfucker, you crazy? You been to Nigeria? I've been to Nigeria. And I'm telling you, Captain, that ain't happening.
It is crazy, Manze. It is super crazy.
They only identify as Nigerians outside of Nigeria. Inside of Nigeria, no. They're their tribes. They only identify as Nigerians outside of the country. Because nobody knows who the fuck are Igbo, a Yoruba. Nobody knows none of that shit. They know you're Nigerian. See, that's why the power of unity. But inside the country, oh no, they're not Nigerians. They're their tribes. They don't get along with each other.
But on this other hand, we can see when you talk about tribalism, it's a surprise. It comes as a surprise to the Rwanda community when they see another tribe marrying another tribe. So this is a story coming from Rwanda where I see that there is a couple on opposite side of tribal divide who found love. And I think this is also something in Africa. I think personally, you've heard me talk about it. I used to be told personally, don't get married to a Kikuyu. I'm like, what is it, Kikuyus? You know, what is it with Kikuyus? I'm like, these people are weak. They're not like this. They're not like that.
It's
Was my dad.
it's some nonsense. Your dad's tribal. It's a church. It's your dad's tribal ignorance. That's just bullshit. That's just nonsense.
So on this other end, we see that. Let me just read the story a little bit as we get to understand
All
what
right.
is happening. That when the father of Marie Jean, an ethnic of Hutu, murdered most of John ethnic Tutsi relatives during the 1994 genocide, which is our next story because Macron has talked about it.
That's
That
a
is in
lie.
Rwanda. No one expected the love and marriage could emerge from the horror, but love did conquer hate, and today they
The
are
funny
married.
part about it, they were already marrying each other before the damn supposedly because they were the same people anyway. The British, I mean the French came in and the Belgians came in and separated them by measuring their head. That's say you and my sister, Joby. I got a bigger head. So now I'm a Hutu tribe. Now you're the Tutsi because you got a smaller head than mine. That's what they did. They made up their own fake tribes. So then they want to say that the Hutu just went around killing the Tutsis. No, the white man put this ethnic division, made his own ethnic, then put this division because that helps them rule. But it didn't. It's not exactly the way I thought it was too. I should have known it was a lie that the Hutus just start killing the Tutsis. That's a lie. They blew up that plane like I told you. Kagame and Museveni blew up the fucking plane. They had the president of Rwanda, and it damn sure wasn't Kagame, fuck ass. He wasn't the president. They blew the president of Burundi and Rwanda out the sky. They killed them. They assassinated them. Kagame and Museveni did that. And the people knew it, so they went to have retribution. And so Kagame went and killed his own Tutsi people, claiming it was the Hutu that were doing it. That's why you got Professor Lumumba talking that dumb shit. He don't know shit. Yes, this is the genocide. Get out of here, nigga.
It's dumb to ask why Kagame did it, but why?
For power. He wanted to be president of the country because he's a psychopath, Joby. For power. He killed his own people because the Europeans were going to put him in power. They needed a story. Was nobody going to elect his ass, Joby? The Rwandans didn't want him as president. He wouldn't win no election. He's a installed dictator. He wouldn't have won a real election. That's why he wasn't president. That's why they killed the president of Rwanda. It wasn't his ass. And the Europeans
how many people know this information that you know today? And
a lot of people know. I know Maria knows it.
Do you know what rage that would create to?
Of course.
I think it would create literally so much rage to Africa.
It would.
Being lied to that these people fought against each other. It was all about tribalism, but someone was behind.
You know who knows it? The Europeans know it because they orchestrated it. The Americans, the CIA, the French, they all know it. They know it.
Let's see what Macron wants to say.
Good. Paul Kagame knows the shit.
French President Emmanuel Macron says France and its allies could have stopped the 1994 Rwanda genocide and lacked the will to do so.
Could have stopped. Could have stopped. But they lacked the will.
Exactly. That's how you know they know this bullshit talk. They're behind it. With Kagame punk. Kagame's their puppet, Joby. Everybody make him look good in the mirror like he's fighting them. Kagame's fighting them. But now you know it's a lie because he's the one in the Congo stealing. Who the fuck is he fighting? Just like you asked a good question yesterday. Who's funding him? Where's the money? Because he ain't got no damn money. Rwanda ain't got no money. Rwanda's poor. So you know everything they tell you. That's how this is called propaganda, Joby. France could have stopped the genocide, but they decided not to. Because Kagame was the one they put.
Sorry, yeah.
He said in a statement that the French president will release a video on social media on Sunday as Rwanda commemorates the 30th anniversary of the genocide. In the video, Macron says that France, which could have stopped the genocide and its Western and African allies, lacked the will to do so. In 2021, during a visit,
lacked the will. So they lacked the will, so they want to stop the killing. I told you people. They want Africans to die no matter what. It's not about will, family. This is part of your depopulation. I don't give a fuck. These niggas kill each other because they orchestrated it. Understand this. Not that they like to want to stop it. They orchestrated this. You know, Africans are ignorant. I can easily make them kill each other. That's what you had in 2007 in Kenya. Like, easily make these. I create these tribal beefs. Easily make these morons kill each other because they're ignorant. Easily make ignorant people do anything you want them to do. Go ahead, Joe.
Acknowledge France's responsibility in the genocide that left over 800,000 people dead, mainly ethnic Tutsi and the Hutus.
800,000. 800. I believe even the number it's beyond that. They
Well,
always, they always
it's over a million. Yeah, they always think numbers going. It's over a million. No, 800. That's over a million. Over a million. When the Africans kids, it's only 800,000. And when white people with the Holocaust for them, it's more than it's more. It's always more for them. It's less for you. It's over a million. And you know, it was mostly Tutsis. How's Kagame in power right now? I mean, it'd be less ethnic Tutsis today still. Nobody's voting for this nigga because the majority of the country is Hutu. Overwhelmingly Hutu. They're not going to vote for him. Even if they like him, they're not going to vote for him. That's an easy common sense question. Hutu are still the majority in Burundi and Rwanda. I know there's a Hutu, and also in Uganda. How the fuck is that Tutsi president named Museveni been president for 40 years in Uganda when the Tutsis are like 2% of the population? Because they put them by the Europeans, that's why. Nobody vote for no fucking Museveni for 40 years. You insane?
Mm-hmm. It is crazy, man. It is super, super crazy. But I don't know, man. Africans, if I don't know if people are really connecting the dots, and just because I believe Rwandese, just because the fact that they have a dictator, they have a lot to say. It's just that we
They got a lot
can't
to
see
say, but they can't. But they can't say. They can't say the government disappear your ass. They know. It's like your nail. It's like your nail tick.
If they were given
It's like your
freedom to
nail
express
tick.
themselves,
Yeah.
if they were given freedom to express themselves, or if our countries could allow people to own
They would
citizenship,
give it. They would give it. Ask your nail tick next time. Do you think people would vote for Kagame? And he's gonna tell you no.
You say people love him, so kids stop.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
Of course, it's not true. Of course, it's not true. He's trying to defend himself to be seen as the best president and why he's in power because people love him. You know,
If he loves him so much, why he leave Rwanda and flee his ass to Kenya then? He could have been a nail tech in Rwanda. Nobody. If things are good, Joby, you're not gonna leave your country to go become a nail tech somewhere else.
in my next life, I don't want to be a Rwandese. I never want to dare be a Rwandese. I can't dare be a Nigerian as well, Mazi. If people changes the situation in the country, then okay. But nah. You gotta do better. You know, there's so much to be worked with.
I showed you some good parts, Joby. Come on now.
I know you did. I'm not saying the whole of, but I still don't want to be.
You know I had a dream.
I want to be brothers from them, sisters, but
I had a dream last night. Had me laugh. I woke up laughing my ass off. I had a dream about Joby last night about talking about, I don't know, dreams are crazy. I had a dream about Joby last night talking about Nigeria and the sewages. I was laughing. I woke up laughing. Joby said, "Open sewages? What? Open sewages?" I feel like I was walking with Joby in Nigeria, and Joby was seeing it for the first time. Joby said, "Open sewages? What?"
imagine the population of Nigerian and the percentage, especially being youths. I believe if the system was really working correctly, especially like the way we can see Kagame as really one thing I really give Kagame is maintaining his country. This is the cleanest city we've seen, literally. No. Someone says no. Someone says no in the building. I'm like, nah. Someone tells me no. That is just what we see. But again, I believe if with the percentage we have of the youths, and I want to use especially how they do it politically, we only see stickers being, put on the wall, stickers of vote for me, vote for me, vote for me. They're identifying the city, but they're not going to pay the same youths who they are using to put these stickers of vote for me to
Of
clean
course
the
not.
city. That is one way of creating job opportunities.
It
We
is.
should have
It
actually
is.
our cities being cleaned
They
every
don't. They
week.
don't. They don't want to pay them, Joe. That little bit of money they keep for themselves, but the Europeans still are. Exactly. That's common sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I never been to Kagame. I sent. I mean, Kigali. I sent Spikes down there a couple of times, 2 or 3 times down there. I never been there myself. I've been to Joe. I've been to Windhoek. I found Windhoek clean as hell. Down in Namibia, I found Windhoek pretty clean.
We know we're talking about the white people. Come on, let's talk about us. Okay,
The,
where
ma-
we
the,
live in.
major- the majority in Namibia is still black. You got white people. You got white people in Kenya, Joey. I mean, shit. White people in every African country, shit. Even when I show you that video, there's a white guy on that train in Nigeria, shit. They not trying to leave no Africa. So it's gonna be white people, Joey. Shit, I can't do nothing about that. I'm just saying the
Shout
city was clean.
Shout to you, Ghost in the building. Today is on a Friday. You owe me
Yeah.
something, so please don't play with me. Don't play with me, okay? You owe me something. Don't play with me or disappear, baby. Disappear. But anyway, I was going to move on to the major conversation, which is about Senegal. Today, Senegal actually has attained 64 years of independence. But personally, I still don't consider this independence what to keep on celebrating.
No, there's
And
no, there's no. That's why they said there's no independence nowhere in Africa. Exactly. That's why they said we gotta get rid of France and white people. Yeah, this is cats with the small hats. All these fake names we call them France and Europe are all controlled by the cats with the small hats. Go ahead, Joe.
he is yet to answer the call from Niger's junta for him joining the Sahel region, and we're waiting for that.
Now
I'm looking for
he just
if he does
he ain't been
accept
in
that.
he ain't been in power. He been in power for 2 or 3 days. Jesus Christ.
We don't care. We don't care. We don't
Damn.
care. Work with the do join hands with the working forces. You should
He
make
probably
decisions
is.
instantly.
But then
Instantly.
I'm just getting in. I ain't know about being a president yet. Can I get in and see what the hell is going on first?
You should do that by working with the right regions. Actually, you should not have allowed Tinibu to come to your inaugration. It is yours, and
Oh,
he's saying no.
the Tinubu also all the coons showed up to try to, hey
Yep.
man, we got to
Yeah.
make sure we work with white people. You can't be going your own way you can't be going your own way with the Sahel Alliance. That makes
Mhm.
white people mad. Now we're gonna put a lot of money in your pocket. Don't you want to be rich too? Well, I'm worried about my people. Man, fuck your people. Africans are Africans. Fuck them. They used to be important. Fuck them. Don't worry about that. Let's work with the white man. You'll get a house in England and America, a big old house and a bank account in the Caribbean islands. Your money be all there. A lot of money in the Caymans and shit. That's what I'm talking about. Be you and your family, man. But I need to
That's
have
true.
my country. I need to have my country developed. I need to make hospitals and good roads and good schools.
I mean,
Man,
this
fuck all that.
how Tinibu convinces you. I just spent 3.4 billion within 6 months going to foreign trips. I mean, don't you want that? Don't you? Within
Yeah,
6 months.
exactly. That was exactly right. Don't you, don't you want to be part of the jet set? Don't you need a new yacht? You need a new plane, nigga? It's in your budget. You're the It's in your budget.
Nah,
No,
but he
I
might
worry
be
about
on
my
the right
people.
direction. He might be on the right direction because on this one we can see that he's actually auditing oil and gas, and I want to share this video
Exactly.
to.
Good.
He might be on the right direction. Shout out to John Mosquito in the building. Habari yangu
Right.
nzuri.
Make
Naona
sure you
wasoma
get,
Kiswahili.
make sure you make sure you have good people around you because you might audit a bullet in your head. So go ahead.
Shout out to John Mosquito. I think he learned Swahili. John Mosquito is the one who's paying attention to Swahili classes here. Come on, you guys. All of you are just
I'm
here.
glad. I'm glad you
greeting me
said.
in Swahili
I'm glad you said that because I got to talk to you about Swahili classes. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Glad you said that.
Why did I snitch myself? But anyway, shout out to Jabba in the building says happy Friday, Joby Kid. Family, it's Friday. It is Friday. Woo! Yeah, it is Friday. I'm so excited too about the weekend. I don't know, but I just feel so happy. Jabba says that they ride the bus on his inaugration. Of course not. Come
Of
on.
course not. Of course not. Not exactly. You know, these niggas ain't letting another Negro put them on no bus. They was on their nice cars. I'm in Senegal.
They only flex to us, you know, with the poor
And,
Negroes, you know,
that's
you poor
right.
people. Let me show you how we ride on these choppers. You know, I came from just being a chicken seller nama. President. I used to sell sausages on the road and boiled eggs.
I just sell smokies.
Yeah, I used to sell smokies and boiled eggs. You can get here too. You can get on these choppers. You know, you can ride these choppers, and this is how we do it. Come, they only flex the power to us, the African people. And until we learn that and understand that, because it's so easy for you to understand. Why are you beating traffic on the New York streets while you are a whole president, Ruto?
Right. Just because he's not a president nowhere else. Nobody gives a shit about his ass.
I mean, or he's just or take the hundreds of car convoy to flex. Of course, he did take the hundreds of cars. Of course. Come on, it's Tinibu in this place. Come on. But I can see.
When they get to Italy, man, they was all embarrassed when I came back on them bus. What they did to them in England, right? So they went to Italy last month. All the niggas had to get back. That white woman put all them niggas back on the bus.
Man, African puppet, man. These people are a comic, you know. Our whole comedy set, you know. You don't need to look for people to play for you. You already have them in the name of puppet. Start by the name puppet first. That's a whole game. Come on, it's a whole game.
Africans are poor. Africans being exploited. As soon you thought she respected your ass. As soon as you got there, she said, "Hey, you niggas get on that bus right there. There's your bus. Come to the bus." Yeah, that's right. All the white people had to hit a country. They all got their limousine. But you Negroes, they go your bus. I'll get on it. Yeah, some men, Lulu looking all crazy. I'm on the bus.
It is crazy. But let me say this very quickly as I get to wind up. My time is up here, and I don't want to take much time.
Man, that was quick shit. Is he in the studio or she get him on StreamYard?
He's in the studio. He's in the studio.
Okay, so you got to put that up on. You got to put that on Mevo.
Mevo. Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
His government would conduct an audit on the nation's oil, gas, and mining sectors. The announcement followed a campaign promise to renegotiate the terms of oil, gas, and mineral contracts.
You don't negotiate, you break them up. You break it up. Because you, as Africa, you're supposed to be Dubai, moron. You're supposed to be Saudi Arabia. You got more resources than any of these countries, and yet they're rich. All the money goes to them. It's not a renegotiation. This is going to be what it is. You take it or leave it. That's the negotiation. You go as a grown man. I got what you want. You don't want it? Go away. We're going to be war against me, goddammit. That's what we're going to do. Whatever. You got to start dying, African man, for what's yours. Either it's yours or it's not.
Producing oil and gas this year. Mr. Faye said that the exploitation of natural resources, which according to the Constitution belongs to the people, will receive particular attention from my government.
Yeah, and that's the video over there. So you can see.
See, you know, he's in trouble when he said that. But as soon as they hear those resources belong to the people. See, nigga, your resources belong to me, the white man, not you, not you. Yeah, how dare you? That's right. See, all these resources in Africa, since you got conquered, have not belonged to the people. So you went from rich to poor. So you get to talking that shit, you know, these resources belong to the people. Like, what? Hey, in the IMF and the World Bank, hey, you hear that nigga that say the resources belong to the people? We about to Gaddafi his ass. We about to get this motherfucker Gaddafi.
Man, you gone. You're gone. We're gonna get us an old Negro to put in this.
Yeah, that's right. You better get some guards because you got so many sellouts, so many backstabbers in Africa. They'll sell you up a bag of chips. They'll sell you up a bag of, and we're gonna give you a bag of chips, nigga. We need you to go ahead and plant a gun and somebody can kill this guy. I get a whole big bag of chips, master. You get a whole big bag of chips, nigga. Whole big bag. Oh, wow.
It is. Anyway, that's why we're gonna be wrapping it up in today's conversation. Jeba says, "Take it or leave it." That's how Muzungu does. That is true. That is Muzungu's speech. Take it or leave it. But it's a high time we leave it. It's a high time It's a high time we actually sign out ourselves. Why are we stuck in places where we're being dictated?
That's right.
Why allow someone to talk to
exactly,
you?
Joby.
Man, you're a whole grandpa actually. Sorry, and someone is talking to you like a
because you've been a coward. They've been cowards, Joby. They've been cowards. They know they've gotten to talk. Now you're dealing with hegemony on a level. A lot of it, Joby. Most Africans don't understand hegemony, Joby. It's the level of evil hegemony. Why things don't never work out. Like most Africans know they live on the richest continent. The resources, if they went to you, because they're supposed to be the people's resources. You be wealthy. They're supposed to belong to the people. But funny, they don't. It's a reason why the tea farms, the coffee farms, the gold, and all this shit in Kenya don't belong to the people. If it did, they'd be wealthy. Those lands are supposed to have been in 1960. Kenya got independence. All those lands that were stolen by the British were supposed to went back to the Africans in Kenya, not the British, who still own it today. If you were independent, because none of those lands were given to the British, they stole them. It's like in Zimbabwe. That's why Zimbabwe's had sex, because they got the land back from the British. Or in Ghana, Nigeria, lands, okay? Namibia, Germany, all these lands these white people got.
We go back to the percentage again. We'll check our percentage of what the land, owned by most of the white people. Then from there, the war starts. They are ready for the war, so we should be ready as well. They don't want the lands being snatched away from them. So you also need to get active, African people. Prepare yourself, prepare your mental, your mind, understand that you're literally dealing with someone who is ready. That's your
right. That's your grandchildren's inheritance. They don't got the they don't got the right to steal your grandchildren's wealth. They stole your wealth, because now you know it. They don't got the right to steal your grandchildren's wealth. You understand that? And give it to their grandchildren. But they did. They took your wealth and gave it to their grandchildren, who are there today, living all good in Africa. Like I asked Irta, you don't see nobody all fucked up white living in Kenya all fucked up. Where are the white people living in the Kiberas? Where they at living over there? Nowhere.
Nowhere. But anyway, family, much love.
Anyway.
Have an amazing rest of the day. Thank you, shout out to everyone who has been with us. Shout out to you, Joe Mosquito. Shout out to Jiba Jaba. Shout out to everyone, all the silent listeners who have been here with me today. Asanteni sana for tuning in to today's debate. See you guys later on the Rhythm Scoop Show and on the Africa Today Show. And do enjoy the rest part of your morning, or whatever the time is.
Today, family, on the Africa Today Show, we're going to talk about Jay-Z. They coming after his. I told you, powers that be, they're probably coming after his no good ass too. They're coming after him too. I told you, they put these fake Negroes. I love it. I'm loving every bit of this shit. But now I told you, I'm being proven right again. And these Negroes are nobody. They were put there by this cat with the small hats. All the shit I said, no conspiracy theory. Jay-Z's missing. This no good bastard is missing. This no good motherfucking fake phony ass con man ass. Everybody, Jay-Z's my hero. Kanye's my hero. Yeah, these niggas about to get this work, and I'm here for all of it. Then go get this moronic ass Kanye, this moron, talking all stupid.
Let's get ready for the team tonight. That's crazy. He's missing. I want to hear much more of that.
Yeah, he went missing action. Yeah, he's missing. He's missing because he been having sex with children. That's why. He's a pedophile and a homosexual. Yeah,
Club. Yeah.
yeah. He's been having sex with children and men. He been having fecal matter and blood on his penis, Joby.
Okay. Much love, Bobby. See you guys later.
Shout out to Beyonce. Having fecal matter all in her mouth, you nasty ass broad. Uh, oh, see, she playing